Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Board of County Commissioners meeting for December 30th. Would you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, again, good morning, everybody. We'll call this meeting to order, and the first thing we have on our agenda are approval of our minutes from last week. Do we have anything to add or change, gentlemen?
No.
Okay.
We have two of them, so.
Yep.
I move to approve the proceedings of Board of County Commissioners from Montezuma County held on Monday, December 22nd, 2025, and the minutes from the regular meeting of the Board of County Commissioners from Montezuma County held on Tuesday, December 23rd, 2025, as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the proceedings of the Board of County Commissioners in Montezuma County for December 23rd, 2025, and a special meeting on December 22nd, 2025. Is there any discussion?
None.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, we have no planning this morning, so we have public comment. All right. The chair will recognize Alan Mays. Alan, you know the rules of decorum, so I'm not even going to repeat them today. Come on down and get with it.
All right, thank you. And we're leading into another year. My name is Alan Mays, 21693 County Road 21 in Lewis. And so hopefully we'll be looking forward. We do need to do that and hope for a very good future. My comments are follow-up to last week's regarding the NCA. I know that social media is driving a lot of comments and conversations, but I think conversations are what we need. So I'm glad to see that. Our House District 58 representative, state of Colorado, is 100% against the NCA, and I think there are some strong points that he puts out there. And in my opinion, I feel very similar. And the biggest issue that I have, whether we have an NCA or not, I think the protections are there now. As we heard last week, the agencies are following guidelines that have been put forward to them, and if that continues, we should have a good resource down that river. The designation for a wild and scenic, it was a threat that was given to us back 20 years ago that they would make it a wild and scenic if we didn't do something because of some important values that are in that river. Well, I think if those values are there, then the people who are responsible to control those and have the ability to do that need to do their job. But my biggest concern with an NCA, if it should pass, is the controlling committee. And we can say everything looks good going into it today, but we know how some of those entities that will be part of that controlling committee say one good thing today and then change their mind down the road when they have the opportunity. But who's telling the voting legislature the narrative of why we need an NCA? And we know, again, it's those same people who have a vested interest in changing our culture that we have here. So the environmental groups are the strong ones. They play the long game, and they've been just sitting there, and now they think is their opportunity. I do hope that our administration that is sitting there now has a good head on their shoulders and will think twice before they do pass the NCA. But I do want to thank you for the opportunity. I do want to wish everyone a happy new year, and we look forward to a good 2026. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Good morning. My name is Mike Lynch. My address is 21730 County Road S. I'd like to chime in on the same thing. That same representative from District 58, I've heard that person describe one of his biggest concerns about that NCA and what was the reason for his decision anyway, and possibly the whole commission at that time, Board of Commissioners, to pull out of that was because of that oversight committee. And not because there was one, but because the committee could actually get rid of key people on the committee after it was established. And that seemed like it was counterproductive to the whole reason for putting in the NCA, where local control would have a substantial say in how things went forward in the future. From what I remember, there were a lot of environmental organizations that were part of that committee, and if I remember correctly, they had the ability on that committee to get rid of commissioners that were on that committee. And that just seems completely upside down to me. So I also have concerns about the NCA for that reason. Thank you.
Next. Okay. Seeing no further public comment, we'll close the public comment session of this meeting, and we will move right straight into our consent agenda, which we are going to, since we didn't have a workshop yesterday, we're going to move to policies up ahead of the resolution. So come on down, Mr. Bug, and we'll talk about the vehicle policy and the on-call pay schedule.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
So what you have before you are two policies that we need to put in place because they need to go in place January 1st to be applicable to fiscal year 26. We are still currently working on trying to finish rewriting the handbook. It just got postponed due to other projects. So these are two that need to be dealt with now, because we need to actually have them on the books going into the new fiscal year. So with that, what questions do you have?
I actually have talked to you personally and asked all the questions. Mostly mine were just, are we compliant with the federal laws and the state laws, which we are again now. So that's the only thing that I had. The dollars and the values in here are extremely minimal, but they still are compliant with the with the laws. So I have no questions. Mine have already been asked and answered.
Yeah, I reviewed this and I don't have any questions.
And just so you know, anytime that we do any of these, we run them through both our own legal, and then if we need to, we do run them through labor attorneys also to get their perspective to make sure that we're compliant. So we're using either the services through Acrisure and or through Employers Council, or in some of the other stuff like some ACA stuff, we have to go to a third attorney because they're more specific.
Question?
No.
Okay.
Okay,
All right. Thank you.
both? You good with both?
Yes.
Good with both.
Okay, fair enough, thank you.
All right. So we can just then move them to the consent agenda.
I would so move that we approve the consent agenda, having heard from the policy approval, use of county supplied vehicles, and on-call pay scheduling.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to accept the consent agenda as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Now, we will move forward with some liquor license renewals. Ms. Frizzell, come on down.
Good morning. My name's Jerry Frizzell. I do the liquor license renewals and new license for Montezuma County. Today, I have a liquor license renewal for Love's Travel Center, located at 7006 Highway 160/491. And I have the letter from the from the Sheriff's Office from 12/11 of 2025, showing that there's been no violations on Love's Travel Center.
Current letter. I'm not gonna tease you too bad.
I would so move we approve the retail liquor license renewal application for Love's Travel Stop and Country Stores located at 7006 Highway 16491.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to accept the retail liquor license renewal application for Love's Travel Stop and Country Stores located at 7006 Highway 491, 160 Cortez, Colorado. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 I don't know, it was
Yeah.
included in the consent, so I would think it should be something.
Okay.
We didn't discuss this.
That's okay. We'll back up and do it now.
Okay.
The next one I have is for Westview RV Resort, located at 12092 Highway 145 in Dolores. I also have the letter from the sheriff's office saying there's been no violation on Kathy Stone or the business.
I move to approve this retail liquor license renewal application for Westview RV Resort at 12092 Highway 145, Dolores, Colorado.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to accept the retail liquor license renewal application for Westview RV Resort located at 12092 Highway 145, Dolores, Colorado. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, we'll back up, since we did have one other resolution, for our location of posted notices and agendas, and
Commissioners, nothing has changed. We're still going to use Cortez Journal as our publication. And then we post our agendas at the back and then on the second, or at the first floor at the front, and then out here at the second, on the second floor.
same as they were last year. Nothing has changed.
Okay. I move to approve a resolution 35-2025, a resolution designated the location of public notices, agendas, and legal publication.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to accept resolution number 35, 2025, resolution designating the location of the posted notices and agendas and legal publications. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, with that, do we need any executive sessions today, Stephen?
We do not.
Okay, very good. Moving down to our county attorney's report.
Commissioners, I really don't have too much exciting stuff to add. There's been maybe more than usual kind of document review on my end. We've had a couple Cora requests again this past week. We've also been served by a subpoena to produce some documents in some litigation where the county's not being sued, but we might have documents that are relevant to that litigation. So we're moving on that. The big thing that my office is still working on is that reply brief motion for summary judgment response in the Leaf Properties Dollar Store case that's due on January 9th. And then probably the next most substantive thing is I've just been talking to the health department a lot about some different septic system issues and some other things that they've got going on. But I think most of that I've already reported previously, so not a whole lot of new things at this point, just kind of marching along on the same types of issues.
Okay, very good. Travis?
First, Commissioners, will be the payables for November. Load this up a little bit. So total amount is $3,316,292.29.
I move to approve the payables for November 1st through November 30th, 2025 for Montezuma County in the amount of $3,316,292.29.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the payables for Montezuma County from November 1st to November 30th, 25 in the amount of $3,316,292.29. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 And then this week, and actually prior to this week, probably over the last month or so, been spending a lot of time out at Road and Bridge, attended some of their training last week. The one I was able to attend and Commissioner Candelaria attended was the bucket truck training. After that, we was able to have some good conversations with staff and the foreman. We discussed some of the needs that they have out there, radios, appropriate trailer. We talked about the Highway 184 and 25 road project. They feel comfortable in completing that project, minus staking. They might need some help with staking, but that sounds pretty simple. And then we had a round table with the foreman. Good conversations come out of that. Some of the needs, some of the cultural issues that we're going to be correcting out there. And then yesterday we promoted Heath Higgins to lead foreman, so he's going to be the contact out there and the day-to-day operational supervisor. And some of the expectation is teamwork and communication. So that's been pretty much my week.
Okay, very good. Ms. Kim? Nothing? All right. Commissioner Copenhaver?
I don't have much to report this week. It's been pretty quiet and had a good holiday, so wish everybody a Happy New Year.
Okay.
More of the same. Not much going on. Hope everybody had a good holiday and wish everybody Happy New Year and prosperity.
All right. And I don't have a lot to report either. Spent a lot of time with Travis out at Road and Bridge, looking at their training and looking at their needs to what they have going on right now. Like he said, the lead foreman was, interviews were held and he was appointed yesterday. So that's good. I think we'll help those guys out significantly. And then lastly, just to, and we'll take this conversation offline, Mr. Mays, but again, I just hope people do their research and look at all the research and don't just listen to social media. You know, I can remember in here for 6 to 8 months, we had meetings every Monday afternoon talking to our water representatives, and at the end, it was absolutely recommended that we follow the NCA and why that was there. Go back and review all those. Please go back and review them all. This is in Congress now. It's not, and this is the second time it's been in Congress. So for the protection, that thing is managed under Wild and Scenic right now. It is a federal project. If it stays that way, the water will go away, and it can go away. And trust me, like you stated, the long game is played, and it will get done. So I will leave it at that.
Motion to adjourn for 2025.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn 2025. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.